Okay, that was a fantastic pilot by Olin, who was the same person that made Final Space. He made this. You can tell his voice was the robot. That this started similarly to Outer Final Space, which I love. You can see on my channel I reviewed that. It deserved more than what it got. It should have finished being animated. Instead, you had to finish it in a book, but you know that's how companies and all these be. Unless you start your own studio and got money, they control the capabilities you have with the projects you try to put out. But I love what he got to do with Final Space. As far as the animating stuff was concerned, I didn't have money at the time to get the book, so I know whatever it was in the book is going to be fantastic, even though that was hampered too. I might sound off, but I'm sick, stuffy nose. But hey, well, I love this Iris and Bowie, little robot that Olin was clearly voicing. He still got that humor, but this started off a little more serious than Final Space. But Final Space was more comedic, but also serious. Olin just has a talent for this, especially isolation feeling, especially here. But also love the art style. Remind me of like RPG games that are based like on storybooks, where the characters, you know, we don't do it as much now, but more angular in design. But I just love the design and color palette of this pilot. And the resilience that Iris is trying to hold on to while clearly being sad, but knowing that maybe there's hope. And her friend being like, you know what, I'm not going, you go. You help save my son. And that's all I really needed. If you see him, you just tell him this for me. But she get there, a ship does show up. I'm pretty sure she was almost giving up. And then we see the God Killer. God Killer, King Killer. Which, you know, in the cookie from Final Space, we've seen it. And the AI voice for the ship. And he's like, and clearly Gary's voice. It might not be connected to Final Space, but it feels like a spiritual successor to it. In the sense that you could feel like Iris is Gary and Wynn's, I think, daughter. I don't know what happens in the book that, like, but you can feel because of all the voices and how King Slayer looks, like this is just a successor of events that took place later. And if it's not, that's fine too. I still think it's fantastic and go places. It's like spoilers for like Fire Force being like a prequel to Soul Eater. But this more so follows in the sequel kind of way, if that's the connection that was actually being made. And if not, that's fine too. I can't wait to see more and hope he gets all the backing he needs. Fantastic. Can't wait to see what comes next. Oh, also, love the voices and the music choices. Olin, from his videos, you can tell how passionate he is about animation and storytelling. I really enjoyed Final Space. I wish it didn't, what happened, it didn't happen, but hey, all in all, fantastic pilot.